Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. We have a special guest today.
Hello.
Brent. Hello. Welcome to the show. Let's see. Yeah, welcome to episode 501. It's Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. Yeah, 3D Hangouts. Pedro, hello.
Do the normal spiel. You're not otherwise creative.
Yeah. I don't know why it's escaping me right now, but yeah, you know the drill. The 3D Hangouts. We do this every Wednesday. Combined 3D printing and DIY electronics. There we go.
Occasionally with IoT projects.
That's right. Yeah. So let me get my bearings here and welcome everybody to the show. Hello. We're streaming all the usual networks. If you'd like to join us live on the show, you can chat on any of the social networks, but also we have Discord open. So if folks want to drop any questions, comments, gifs, memes, all that is good. The URL for that is discord.gg/Adafruit. And we'll take a couple moments to let folks come in. While that's going on, I do want to remind folks we have a special coupon code. I actually have to edit this. It's 15. We have a special 15% off discount code running for the month of October. AdaWeen15 will get you 15% off your order. I also have a little banner, a little graphical banner. If I can get to it here. And there it is. Some lovely artwork from Bruce, who's creative on the team. So yeah, 15% off all items that are in stock. It doesn't have to be a Halloween related thing. It's just it'll work on just about everything in the store that's in stock. Yeah, so check that out. We appreciate everyone ordering stuff.
I mean, anything could be a Halloween related project.
Yeah. By the way, I got to remember to add Brent on all this, on all the scenes that we have set up in StreamYard, because internet's fun. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is a live show, so
mics are just as fun.
Yeah, my mic wasn't working either. Okay, I think that's about it for the intro. Brent, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm right here.
Good, very good. Just wanted to check your audio. You're so quiet. All right. So this week we wanted to bring Brent on and chat about the guide that we released last week, I believe, a little bit later last week. It is the IoT indoor growing monitor. So it actually took all three of us to come up with this project, I guess. I worked on the 3D printed enclosure and the assembly. Brent, you were the brains behind pretty much the idea and what kind of sensors do we need. You chatted with Lamore and she had some suggestions as well. Pedro actually has plants and he was able to put it through its paces and gather some data on his aeroids, because he has quite a nice collection of aeroid plants. So yeah, we thought we'd come together this week and chat about the project. So who wants to go first?
I'll talk about it first. So you can actually pull the guide up. Can we pull the guide up on?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it is on my end. Is it?
There you go. All right. Wait, let me add Brent. There you go. All right. Get your tab open. That's your dashboard.
Okay.
Yeah. So in like 2023, when we were like starting to kind of build that Whippersnapper more, we had like two people ask about like these weird measurements for their plant setups, and they're like, it'd be cool if Whippersnapper could do VPD and the PPFD. And I'm like, what are these measurements that you want? And it turns out they're like a measurement that fuses, and we'll start to see this more, like fuses sensor measurement readings together, and it's like a mathematical equation that takes the two, fuses them, and then produces an output. But VPD is weird because it takes a measurement from two different sensors or like two different locations, and it brings them together. And for like 2 years, I guess this was 2023-ish, we were like, how are we going to do this? And then like we wanted to do this, but we weren't sure how. We were like, oh, maybe we could have like a rule engine on the device and like they could meta program the device, and there was really no good solution. And then over the summer, we redid Adafruit IO actions. You guys did some guides on it too. And one of the things we were thinking about was like how we can do this project, because it's such an advanced thing to do, but it's something people will want. Yeah, so like this is the new Adafruit IO actions layout that Pedro's showing, and like you can set variables, you can do mathematical operations with them too. So like there's a really long equation for how you actually get BPD, and now it's like just pulling blocks and plugging them in and allowing it to just like visually do these equations, which is like really cool and really different. It works for people who don't want to program or also don't know how to program or need to just modify these values. So it's like this is actually all done on a server. So like all this sensor does is send data to Adafruit IO, and that's it. And then this action runs when the sensor feeds populated data and actually does all the mathematical operations on a server, and then sets a new feed and then like lets you visualize everything from there. So like this is a few years weirdly in the making of a project that we've been wanting to do. We just didn't know how. And it's cool. So we go back to the main project. So it's a weird project because it has 2 temperature sensors. So it also needed a second temperature sensor. So like it sits above the plant. Like, you want to talk about like the assembly, Pedro, or no way?
Sure. Yeah. So my goal was to like, how do I arrange these, 3 different sensor boards in a way that they're easy to assemble and also package. The other hard part was like exposing, the actual sensor component. So I came up with this like little mount where all 3 of the sensor boards are mounted, and then I just have these 3 cutouts. The only one that was kind of weird was, I think it was either the MLX, I think, is the non-contact thermometer.
Yeah,
That one has like a very specific, like you need to have this very wide view cutout. So it just made a little edge that was specially designed for it. But the SCD just has a cutout that's shaped for the sensor, and same thing with the VEML, the light sensor. So mounting those down, and then a way to have the QT Py positioned up where the power and USB is kind of above and away from the sensors. So I came up with this little box, a nice little squircle kind of shape. Thankfully, everything just connects with stemma QT cable, so there's no soldering required. And the assembly is more or less easy. You just need a couple screws and, of course, a 3D printer, and then some way to hang it. You were really on like, hey, make sure that there's like a way to get this like hook thing. And hadn't really done that yet. So that was interesting to come up with. It's just like a nice little divot kind of thing where you can have a hook so you can hang it easily. And everything's modular too. So if folks want to like add like a tripod screw mount, you could totally update like just the top cover or the bottom and add a special mount if they have like a special way they want to do it. But yeah, that's pretty much the assembly.
Yeah, it's sweet. And like it's over the plant. So like there's this new sensor that we're stocking, newish, I guess, the MLX9632. And we previously had another MLX sensor. There was like the IR thermal, and then there was like some other Melexis 9614. But this 9632 is really cool because it can give readings up to like medical grade. So like the accuracy is like scientific grade and medical grade, which is really incredible for something that costs like $17.50. So like if you see like non-contact sensors being used in like lab settings, it's like this is really the sensor to use for this project. We actually like got like Lamore Lady like got this done for this project specifically. So it's a different sensor than the temperature sensors we normally sell. Normally we sell ambient temperature sensors. So ambient, like the AHT20 and like the BME280, those ambiently taken readings from around the sensor. This is an object temperature sensor. So it takes the temperature of an object. So normally you have to do this with like a thermocouple, and it sits against the object that you're taking the reading of. This one is, but it has to contact it. This is a no contact temperature sensor. So it actually sits above the plant in this instance, and it reads the temperature of the plant leaf, which is really cool. Like we don't, before the sensor, like we had a sensor that did this, and then we had a really expensive one that did this, but nothing within the under $20 range that has this level of accuracy. So yeah, like on the data sheet, like healthcare, industrial control, livestock monitoring.
Livestock, so you can like monitor your cows with this for like
Yeah, I mean, if they're
milk
in their
production.
pen,
Wow.
I guess. Like it has a 50-degree field of view, so like if you have something like mounted an appliance, I guess you could measure the cow.
Wow.
But like body temperature too, so like the thermometer that a doctor will pass over your forehead.
Wow.
It's a really good sensor. It's something that I've wanted for a few projects, but this is a really good example of using it. If like another example is like you want it to monitor like a heat pipe or some type of radiating pipe, and you don't want to attach something that could be burned or could freeze, like this could sit outside of it. Like what if that pipe gets incredibly hot? You don't want to put a thermocouple on there because the pipe's over the operating range or whatever. Like this is no contact, which is really, really nice. And let's just do this project where it like sits above the plant. Like you don't have wires going into the plant. This is all like wireless in a sense. So yeah, I think this is the first project with the sensor that we've done. I don't know if we've, I don't think we've done a second one. And then like, if you want to use the like medical grade version as well, so like for prototyping, like in Whippersnapper we actually expose like Tyeth wrote this driver, so it's like I want to use the scientific one, or I can use the even more precise medical version, and you can like just click to enable it. So if you're prototyping something for work or a project that you're doing, we have the ability to switch between the two, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Pedro, why don't you load the your device page and kind of show the different sensors that are tied to the Cutie Py? Setting it up was like super easy. Like it's so nice to just be able to do everything in the browser. There we go. Yeah. So
yeah, that's the MLX 9632.
FR.
Yeah, the object.
Yeah. So like that one has an ambient sensor and an object, and then we're kind of like not using its ambient temperature sensor in this project. Actually, like we're using the ambient temperature from like the SCD40, which measures CO2, which is really important for plants to like that measurement. Like a lot of cultivators and growers really want to know the CO2 level. So like it's a separate sensor, but it'll also yield an accurate reading. And then we're also using this light sensor. I forget which one's like the VEML
77.
It's one of the VEMLs 770. So like the VEML light sensor exports data in like Lux format, and then this project takes another like sensor fusion measurement, which is like PPFD, right, Pedro? Or it's like I'm trying to remember what this
PVPD, something like that. Yeah, go to your actions page. We'll see.
Yeah, PPFD. Yeah, so like
PPFD, that's it.
If you want a true like VPD measurement system, this is really good. But if you want like a true PPFD measurement, which measures like light coming into the plant and it's like more accurate than just Lux, there's like a really simple formula. So like we get the Lux value and then we multiply it by like this constant, which is like 0.0185. And then it gives a relatively good estimate of PPFD. The sensor is pretty cheap. It's like under $20. If you want to actually like measure ppfd like for real, like an actual sensor is like $500 plus.
Wow.
And this is like a very simple way of just like getting it going, getting a good enough measurement for this type of like sensor fusion analysis, and it doesn't break the bank, which is really, really nice for if you're just doing it like Pedro for his exotic plants, and like someone for like their herb garden.
Right. Cool. So there are some commercial products out there, and they're pretty pricey. So seeing those, how do you think ours compares? Obviously, the low cost is something nice, but everything's kind of free to do, right? Like you can set up to 2 devices for free on Adafruit.io and Whippersnapper. So the cost to kind of get this up and running is pretty low.
Yeah, and then like if you want to extend it, you can. Like let's say you want to attach like a NeoPixel light ring, like you can absolutely do that, and then that could be used to like light your plant up. Like the commercial products really don't have extensibility like this does, where it's like,
Right.
oh, I don't want to use the SCD40, a new version of the SCD sensor came out. I just want to like snap that in, or my sensor broke, which is the other
Right.
thing. Like repairability is like, okay, then I have to buy another $500 to $800 device to
Right.
monitor what I'm doing at home for very little. So, and it works the same. It's like the same operation. If you want to monitor something aside from VPD or tweak the VPD measurements or any constants like PPFD, you want to really calibrate it and get it closer, higher precision, use a higher precision sensor. You can always swap one in to your grow room and like change it up a little bit. If you want to add a motor, like let's say you like there's humidity in the room and you want it to reach out and talk to your air conditioner or like your dehumidifier that's plugged into the wall. Like, okay, cool. Like create another action, monitor the humidity, turn on your dehumidifier if it gets too humid in there, or like turn on your fan to pull humidity out of the room if it gets too high. Like there's definitely some level of like, I can take this project and modify it, change it like very Adafruity.
Yeah.
But it's accurate enough for like a hobbyist or like someone that's really interested in getting something like this up and running very quickly.
Yeah. I thought about like also integrating watering as well. If you want to do like a
Yeah.
valve, or, some sort of water pump. We have relays as well that you can hook in pretty easily. So you could have really big, powerful growing lights as well, powered by like a relay, using one of our kind of IO friendly outlets. You can kind of remotely connect to them and assign actions and schedules and all that sort of stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, like the commercial versions are just like very expensive and also like very industrial. Like there's very few non-industrial solutions that aren't like, here's a PLC with a controller and like some things that hook into it. It's like, no, here's a little box that like sits on top of my plant and it's tiny and it just reports data back to the server and that's it. Like it doesn't need to have industrial level capabilities.
Cool. So looking at this data, Pedro, anything stands out to you on your dashboard? I see the light obviously goes down from this hour to that hour.
I should have made a graph for the VPD. I noticed the other day it was like all the way hitting to 2. And I wanted to correlate why did it go to all the way to 2?
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. It's like I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure folks that are actually cultivators will understand. Like, what do you do with the data, right? Like, what do you do with your 1.48? There's all sorts of articles out there and specific charts, VPD charts that you can like, take a look at and see what do you do with your data and how do you, I don't know, get your plant in the right sweet spot, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for like a grower, they would be like, oh, maybe the CO2 was too high or, the humidity wasn't high enough. So they could adjust whatever parameters is going on in their actual grow room to have it in the sweet spot that you need.
My favorite thing with the CO2 sensor, like if you scroll down, you could like see when you got in your office this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, it really go up.
And then overnight it's like very low. My sensors do the same exact thing.
Yeah. That's fun. Cool. Any other pages or things we want to highlight?
Yeah, we could show like if you go to the when you're creating an actions page or whatever, uh, set up Adafruit.io actions.
Next one. Yeah.
Yeah, if you scroll down a little bit. So like this page just basically shows like the VPD is like kind of a complicated equation. It takes like two different equations.
Mhm.
So like this is just for the leaf. So this is the equation that takes the leaf temperature. So that's the MLX looking down at the leaf. And it's a pretty like scary math equation. It's a really long equation. But like through actions, you can actually get through it without programming, which is crazy. Like, so the way I approached it with Adafruit.io is like basically like a kid in school would approach it. Like I can do this like programmatically, but like you just take the order of operations and you pull that apart, and each step in like the process, like with each block that we create, is a part of that equation and just builds and builds and builds upon it until we actually get the variable that we're looking for. And then the next one is similar, where like you have to calculate the VPD of the air, and then we like use these blocks and constants to kind of just keep building the equation out, and then at the end we just subtract the two from each other, which is like the easiest part and gets us to the end. In the future, we'll have a way to export Adafruit.io actions as well. So like
Yes.
a guide like this, you won't have to sit here and drag and drop and modify things. There will just be a way to, I'm calling out Lauren who works on the IO stuff. We're gonna get that feature in. And that will be a really good way to like copy projects from Learn, and then it'll show up in IO. But for now, this is like a really good example for people who are like, okay, I want to. There's also like different sensors that we sell in the Adafruit store that if you apply an equation to them, they can do something else, which is cool. Like this is a temperature sensor, but like you can apply this equation to it, and now it can measure VPD. But it couldn't do that previously without programming.
Mm-hmm.
And then even further down the line, this would be cool as like a library set of actions and like user contributed ones. That would be so cool, like that with the boards.
Yeah, we just started that with AQI the other day. It was like, now we have an AQI block, so you can just bring like, oh, I want to get the air quality, and it pulls it from AQ Now, which is like the US air quality, like they track it. It's like a federal agency, and it like pulls it, and then you can just take the block, like put in your location, like I live in New York, and then click enter, and you can write it to a feed, or you can do things based on air quality. So we'll probably at some point have a VPD block that takes in like these sensors as measurements, and then we'll spit out the correct feed value. But right now it's like, it's cool, but what if you want to do it manually? Or what if you have a different project that requires a kind of complex equation to really drill down? And it takes a while. Like, I won't say that it doesn't take too long to set this up. It does take a while to set this up correctly. But once it's up and running, like pulling apart these equations, the math makes sense, and you can kind of go through it at each step. And then like when you run an Adafruit.io action, it shows the result of each step. So if you're noticing like, oh, my number is wrong here, you can actually like kind of look through each step. Okay, here's this multiplied by this. Here's this divided by this. And like, oh, it's pulling the wrong sensor, or oh, the number is wrong, the constant. But after running it, it calculates it, and then PPFD is so much easier. It just multiplies against a value and yields a result. So like, this is probably the most complicated actions project we'll have as far as like doing something within actions that's really complex.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's useful. Like, we'll probably see more people using it through this than anything else, is my guess. It's a really neat thing that you couldn't do until the summer.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's safe to say this project probably is a good example of showing like multiple math blocks being used. I don't know, like a dozen math blocks or so.
So many.
Yeah.
So it's a good test run for all the math blocks and variables.
Yeah, it was like, well, it definitely works.
Yeah, it definitely works, yeah.
when we finished this project, I was like, well, this is a great test. It worked perfectly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. Are there any future things we want to add on to it, or? Well, we kind of already talked about like having a VPD block, I guess, later down the line.
Yeah,
Have you heard from anyone in the community or any customers that are like, "Oh, finally, this is out. I can do this," and are they
no,
looking?
because I haven't remembered to update the discussion thread until just now when we were talking, and I
Oh,
haven't
that's
opened
funny.
another
Okay,
tab.
that's
And I'm
funny.
like
Yeah.
going to ping them like 2 years later and be like, hey,
Hey, are you still
remember that
around?
thing that you were talking about in 2023? Like,
Yeah.
we did it, and we have a really nice guide and an enclosure for you, and it's all done.
Right.
Yeah, they were like using a Raspberry Pi to monitor everything, which is
Mhm.
cool, but also like very overkill for this type of project. As far as like price, and also as far as like it is a computer versus a
Yeah.
microcontroller.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
All
Cool.
right, real quick on the assembly, already talked about how everything connects. It's just, again, easy as the Blockly with the Stemma QT cables. Everything just daisy chains together. And tried and true little snap together little holder on for the QT Py, the screws, and this little frame of how everything is laid out. They are laid out in a specific way, so just follow the guide for that to assemble all those so that the cutouts all match up when you're mounting.
Funny thing, as I was building this, I was like, "Oh man, I wish I went back and like added little labels to the little standoffs."
Oh yeah,
You see those
Oh,
like
that's cool.
openings? It would have been nice to be like SCD on each one of those like groups. I think in the future, if we do something similar, I'll start doing that just so it's like easier, because like, you kind of have to keep referencing the photo. Be like, okay, is the VEML in the right spot? Is it, because it could be it can be symmetrical at some points. So having little labels, I think, is like my takeaway from designing a little mount with like more than 3 or more than 2 sensors. Like, yeah, you should probably add labels. It's easier.
Although you could do that relatively easy inside Bamboo Studio to just export those out.
Yeah. If folks want to, but I mean, once you build it once, you're pretty much done. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I think all I did
I
was
love
look at this photo here to reference, what orientation to have everything at.
Yeah.
I love this grid system. Like, if you want to like make a parametric version or something like that, I can modify. Like, as far as like, hey, I want this sensor, and like the QT Py. It kind of reminds me of like something that you would get like in a kit, like a model kit,
That's right.
like
Yeah.
that you would like pop out to assemble
the
a
snap
plane.
apart. Yeah.
The snap apart kits, like
Yeah.
it really reminds me of that. And it's like
Funny.
such a good solution that you came up with as far as
Thanks,
how do I get everything onto a grid that goes into my enclosure.
Yeah. Cool.
Let's see. Yeah, relatively easy. And these they're just like badge.
Yeah, that's a lanyard thing I found.
Lanyards, yeah.
Yeah.
And those are compatible. These are a pretty standardized size, so these are pretty easy to find the hooks for those. And then the USB should fit most of the USB, the clearance for them to plug those in. I think it's just like the really fatter USB cables that it did not. I forgot to tell you to increase the chamfer.
Yeah. There's always things with different cables.
Yeah.
It's always like a battle. It's like, do I want my hole too big or not big? Or whatever. Yeah.
Usage page here that pretty much covers what the other pages went over on setting up your dashboard. And then just the hanging, like it's pretty easy to just hang these for the target that this is for. It's like in a grow room, so you're always going to have like those metal bars that like assemble the like the shade room or whatever, where they mount their lights. So there's always like a bar to hang this down from and hook it up to.
Yep.
Let's see, and I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. If anyone, I'll probably after the show, I'll put this up on printables. People tend to do a lot of remixes of projects where they'll like make their own mount for their own, I don't know, espresso board or a Seed Studio board.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll throw it up on printables just so if folks want, they could post a make so we can see how folks are using it in their, I don't know, growing operations, I guess, whether they're making herbs or whatnot.
I mean, looking at that, what's it called? The page for the data sheet for that's like, oh wow, you can like do you can monitor your baby.
You monitor your baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your baby cow.
Yeah. I meant like
I didn't even
baby
think of that. We were just talking about extending it. Like the last week, I've been doing a lot of display stuff for whippersnappers. So like,
Oh yeah,
this is
I
like
wanted to highlight that
my
too.
portal with like, this is just a feed, like the ADFR, and then like it has like a little nice status bar. I don't think I've showed this off yet.
No, this is the first time. This is exclusive.
Yeah.
Folks.
It's almost out, so that's a cool thing to show off. So like, and then like the mini feather or the feathered TFT, and also like the Funhouse works with it initially. So it's like we could just like put like, here's the VPD measurement, here is your PPFD, here's this
Yeah.
of like plant 1, plant 2, plant 3, and then
Oh.
have like a little thing stuck onto the wall that's like you can just glance at it, and every 15 minutes it
Mhm.
updates or something like that.
Dog.
Actually, the thing what I wanted to. Oh yeah, but
Dog. Yeah, what were you saying?
Okay, by Mocha.
the
Mhm.
thing I wanted to show was shout out to Tyler who
Yeah.
did a variation of it and made one with a display.
Nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking. I forgot he published this project this week. Yeah, and he has a little sensor that's also running Whippersnapper on the left, and then on the right is like a little display that shows like data from this sensor that it's like the base station, and then like the other one.
Ah.
Nice.
So these are two different things, both running Whippersnapper.
Yeah.
And both sending data to each other. And he went even further, and he has like a little LED strip that
That's cool.
shows the quality of the air as well.
Yeah, what a great project.
Yeah, the enclosure is really nice for both of them too.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
it's
say,
very-
yeah.
It's very
I don't-
industrial.
I don't remember making one for the Sensorium. This was really good. Wow, I want to make
Sweet.
this one now.
Yeah, right.
The other one I have outdoors to do the AQI is the one we made from I don't know a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, the one that
I
has like the round enclosure.
Yeah.
There's quite a few now. There's also the Matrix Portal one, which I think.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Very cool. All right, check that one out to have a display added to it. Super cool. And then we were also chatting about like even further down the line. And everybody hates AI, but we'll try to use it for something good where it can like, I don't know, do summary of what your feed is looking at. Maybe like you can ask it, oh, how do I get the temperature or the CO2 to go up? And it can like look at, you know, the variables that are going on based on your data feed and be like, oh, maybe you can try changing this thing in the room. So that would be further down the line.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get like insight about like Adafruit.io free is 30 days of data storage, and then Plus, which is $10 a month, is 60 days, and then you can extend that. So it's like there's a lot of data points they can analyze in like 30 days, and especially in 60, and you can really draw some insights from your device. So like we'll probably do some type of project about running that locally in your computer, which is like we're running Olama or something, and it's like pulling data in from your sensor and can analyze it. And then maybe in the future there'll be like a little block on Adafruit.io that's like, tell me about, or like a little way to analyze your feed from it as well.
Mm-hmm. All right. Super cool.
Real quick, checking in on Discord. Tyeth is saying a future extension using actions to request VPD chart, then fired back to an image feed and displayed in a dashboard widget. And there's a little screenshot here. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I got a comment asking, are we measuring the air quality around the printer area? I do. I have one of the Matrix ones that we were talking about is a project.
Yeah.
Find it real quick.
Yeah, we have like one of those IKEA ones. I don't know if they still stock this, but they used to have like a nice little air quality sensor thing. Brent, you might know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's discontinued.
Yeah, it's been the Verdink.
The Verdink. Yeah.
Verdink.
Liz did a project on it.
Yeah,
and
we
then
got
I did
one.
a project on it.
It sits right next to our printer, and thankfully, you know, we got an enclosed printer, the Bamboo X1C. Yeah. It has a HEPA filter in it, so it really does reduce some of the fumes, if not all of them. So,
post the link on it, but this is the one that I still have running in the print room right now. Here's my guide. Oops.
You getting lost in tabs? There you go.
Yeah, I was in the other browser. I'm running Chrome and Safari at the same time to sort of have the thing split up. But yeah, this is the one we're using. This one, I think, was it Carter? Yeah, Carter.
Yeah, it's a Carter guy.
This one.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's usually around 8:30. And yeah, I have like two of the HEPA filters in there too for any of the escaped.
Yeah, HEPA filter is nice.
Yeah. Using this guy here to monitor the CD30 to monitor the air quality. But yep, that is a nice way to do it, and it's a nice right on top of the printer, so you can see visually see when if we ever print in something like ABS or something like that, we'll immediately know not to go in the room.
Yep. Cool. The only other comment I see is on YouTube. Pippo is asking, "Hey guys, I want to print a smartphone holder for the car. What filament can survive the high temperatures in a car in summer?" That's a good question. I think they need the TPU filaments, the nylon filaments. PETG probably is a good idea. Just not PLA.
Yeah.
These days, I love not having to print these other nylons because they can be a little tricky and prone to warp. But yeah, any of those filaments are probably good.
Yep.
Probably ABS.
I think ABS.
Yeah, ABS. It's a little toxic, but
Yeah,
they all are. Maybe. Yeah. TPU is nice. Like, it's indestructible, and it has a pretty high temperature as well.
Yeah, the for the co-op for the homeschool for the kids, they were doing like the a skeleton, and Brandon was like, "Oh, what filament do I use for all the joints?" Because they were like putting all the bone parts together, and I was like, "Oh yeah, the TPU," because the kids can take each thing out of the socket, and it's not gonna break into pieces.
Yeah,
play stuff like right away would break on that, but like the ball sockets, like putting it in and out, to match all the body parts up or the bones up. That lasted.
Yeah, forget how rigid TPU can get. Like, you can get it pretty sturdy. Great for a phone case. Yeah, you can run it over with your car, and it's fine.
All right, cool.
Yep.
That is a nice deep dive into this week's project. A bunch of ways to set it up and use it for other stuff. Again, monitoring baby cows.
You can't get over the baby cow.
I know. Yeah. So cool. I didn't realize it was so industrial.
Yeah. All right. So if anyone wants to, order some sensors, maybe Cutie Pie or whatever, get 15% off with the coupon code ADAWEEN15. And this coupon code will run for, I think, the month of October. Check out the website for deets. But yeah.
So
cool. All right.
Let's go ahead and jump into this week's What Are We Prototyping? Got more e-ink stuff that I've been working on.
I think we're pretty much.
Oh wait, no, it's not. Never mind.
Yeah, so I published this guide in the morning. Thanks JP and Anne for reviewing it. Lamar tends to review it a little bit later, but when she gets to it, she'll review it as well. But I mean, it's just a simple learn guide for this multi-part enclosure for the MagTag. We got the kickstand. I got some magnetic feet. We have additional buttons. All the ports are exposed back here. We got port for the light sensor there. I made sure that the whole screen is viewable. This is running some CircuitPython code. It's just a nice weather station. I think it's using I forget which is it open media, something like that. Yeah, print and play stand, which is really nice. Brent, thank you for the suggestion. Before it would swing out all the way, I just added a little bit of an end stop to the hinge, so now you can't pull it all the way out. So it's got a nice 15-degree-ish viewing angle. Yeah, so files are up if folks want to print it out. It's fairly small, so it should fit all the small printers as well. I have an order coming next week from JLC-PCB with the updated parts. So hopefully we can have it in stock in the Adafruit shop. in the coming weeks. It takes a little bit to order these because we order a pretty big quantity. But yeah.
Yeah, I really like this case. I like
too.
the the MagTag came out a while, like it was part of an ADA box, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
But it came with that like cloud and like remember that
Yes.
like little like cloud cutout?
That's
Which is
right.
cool, but like if you put a battery, you want like a battery powered MagTag project, which now like CircuitPython has deep sleep mode, like you can do battery powered projects. The internal, like the inside of this allows enough space for a battery, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And something I've wanted. It's like it sticks to the fridge, but like how do I get the battery in it? Like
Right.
this kind of solves all those issues.
Yeah, it was $8.17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
And somebody just commented not too long ago on the Blue Sky. They were saying, "Oh wow!" In reference to the project being released, that I think the deep sleep is, he says 250 microfarads or something, like the power being used while in deep sleep mode, and then he wants to redo his project.
Yeah, it's really good. I've been running this for like a week, like 7 days, and it's still on this. I'm using a 500 milliamp LiPo battery, which is, I think, probably the biggest you can fit. So maybe you can fit a 12. I haven't tried, but I recommend the 500. It seems to be pretty good. But yeah, I've been running off of the same battery. Will charge for like 7+ days.
Oh, wow.
Granted, it only checks, I think, once a day for the weather. Yeah, I should probably pull that up. Yeah. You can just stand it up like that, I guess. Let's see.
Such a good case for like the MagTag is one of my favorite products, so it's like such a good case for such a good product.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super sharp.
And
Yeah.
now we have the new driver in it, so like it's out of stock right now, but we'll probably get some more in soon. And it's just like such a great like internet connected product.
Yeah.
The case to go along with it is perfect.
Very extendable too, so you can attach a sensor to it. Like in this project, you can connect some NeoPixels to it to do some fun stuff.
Yeah.
I believe
We have tons of projects. There's tons of projects out there already. There it is. Another Carter Nielsen project. It's using Open Weather Map. That's what it's using. Yeah.
And I believe you uploaded the multicolor case as well. You can kind of see that it's
yeah.
the part. You can do the 2 colors on it.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
Open Medio. That's the one. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. You think at some point Brent will be able to remake this with like all whippersnapper?
I hope so.
I hope so.
we use what's it called? Yeah, we don't use Open Weather Map or Media. We use Dark Sky for Adafruit.io, which like, or now it's Apple Weather because they bought it, but like,
right.
That's a very solid API that really doesn't change, which is nice. So we won't have projects that like deprecate something and bring something back. It's like the block works the same even if the engine changes. Like it's the same car.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Cool. Yeah, it's showing a lot, but yeah.
Very like the e-ink stuff is getting more popular too. Like there's that terminal like TRMNL product that's like $100, and a lot of people are liking it, and like you can script it and like it shows whatever you want on like the thing on your desk. And people will probably get tired of screens soon too. Like the e-ink stuff is nice because it's ambient.
Yeah.
Like I think my next project is to display the GitHub CI status on the MagTag from Adafruit.io. So like it's something that I would be checking like on the screen, but like it would just sit on the corner of my desk and use your new case. And
yeah,
really
I've been having
useful.
This in front of on the bottom of my iMac here. It's nice to just kind of glance at the weather.
Yeah,
really good weather station. All right, I guess that's what we're prototyping. This thing's out. Folks, feel free to download it. If you go to new learn guides, it should be there. So check it out. Give it a print if you need it. You can fit it all on the bed if you want. Pedro, you're talking about the multicolor version. I didn't really share that, but folks can like colorize it in their slicer. It's pretty easy to do using the Bamboo Studio or Orca slicer. It's kind of the same thing. Yeah. Any issues printing it in multicolors? No, just do you even use a tower? Like you just kind of print it?
No tower.
No tower, right? So
or actually, yeah, purge
you
tower,
do?
yes.
Okay. Yeah. What did I print? I didn't use a tower and it ended up being okay. Oh, the MIDI key set. Like I didn't even use the tower. I was just like, just purge. You know, it parks, it does its little poop thing, and it prints the next color. And it didn't have any issues with like leaking colors. So I don't know. Your mileage may vary. Cool. All right. Let's see. You want to do a time lapse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see this time lapse. It is spooky season. Pedro, you've been trying to find more spooky stuff to print. This week we found a cute Halloween bat.
Super cute. The kids saw me scrolling through, and Declan's like, "Oh, the bat, do the bat."
Do the bat.
So usually print like 3 of these so that it's not as much purge waste. So that definitely helps with that. And then you can kind of see there one of the frames, it didn't make it into the little waste little chute.
Oh yeah.
Pause the print. But oh wow, it's printing slow. Is that Skippy on yours?
It is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
yeah. Well.
So about 6 hours. Using the purple, the white, the black, and this really cool translucent purple, which I pulled up over here. I'm going to show that one off. It's supposed to be for use with like lights. Where is my
Like LED lights for diffusion?
Yeah, for diffusion. Where is there? It is. It's this guy here from.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Nice, glittery.
It's super cool, glittery. So the color that it's on the beneath it is just that light, I don't know, lavender type purple or pastel-y purple, and then the sparkles are on top. But you can use this for a little lamp.
Yeah,
has a really good light diffusion as they're showing off there, and they have a couple different colors for that. But I got it for when PT wanted us to do some experiments with the stained glass look. I thought this would be cool for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely check that out. I got a couple of different colors. We got to do like some lamp projects. We'll bust out this filament to try it out on.
It's Aaron would do a good job on this too.
Yeah.
Any issues with like stringing or warping or anything like that?
None.
Pretty good.
I've not seen that in a while.
Yeah.
Everybody's figured out the formulas, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
We can do a pumpkin.
Right. This more pastel-y type colors, but yeah.
What's the name again?
This is iSandmate? iSandmate 3D.
All right. Pretty affordable. $21. It's probably on sale or something.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a prime big deal. That's why.
Oh.
Wow. 21%.
It was that much.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Or maybe it was 26 when I got it.
Okay.
I know the UI is all different because they're Prime Day stuff.
How do you come across these filaments?
I just searched for translucent, and I think like 6 pages later, I was like, "Oh, well, this looks interesting," because it has you can kind of see here. It has that rainbow where like they switch it from like the lighter purple to darker purple. I thought that might look cool.
The glitter is embedded in the filament?
Yeah. Let's see if I can do the desktop here. Some nice stage for that. Yeah, you can kind of see it here. It looks super cool in person, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can kind of see the glitter here.
It doesn't glow in the dark or anything, right? It's just
I should have did that with the white at least, but
semi-translucent.
Yeah. Super cool, flexible. It's just using like the chain geometry for that, and for the head as well, and just super cute little bat for Halloween decorations.
Yeah. So this is on Maker Worlds.
Yes.
Which is Bamboo's kind of repo site. The designer is Quality Studio 3D. So shout out to them. I guess it's their first model.
Oh.
I'm trying to roll over. Yeah, their first model.
Oh wow.
It's a free download, 3MF, so it's already colored for you. Of course, you can print it in a single color, but yeah, folks seem to like it, so check it out. What's nice is you could like just, if you have a Bamboo, you can just pick your printer and download it or open it in the studio, and it'll just like pre-populate it for you with all those settings, which is nice. And they have a Bat Cave available on their Patreon. So if you want the Bat Cave, a lot of pink.
Mm-hmm.
A whole family of bats. Very cute. All right, and that's this week's time lapse. Check it out. Shout out to is it Quail Studio 3D? Printable or not printables? Maker World. Speaking of printables, we have a couple of community makes this week. Starting off with a remix of our MIDI foot pedal project. Edu Horby posted up their remix. They made the mount for the RP2040 Zero board.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is why we love doing this very modular kind of enclosure design, is where you have a special holder for your microcontroller so folks can go in there and make their own. So this is the original project. It's from a few years ago. It's basically a potentiometer and a microcontroller board to do a MIDI expressive controller, which is basically a foot pedal. So you can do guitar pedal-y type stuff. Yeah. So nice. And now folks can use this in other Qt Py projects, because it kind of has like the same mounting holes, like the distance between the holes. So you could probably swap this into the MIDI keyset project and it'll work because it's using the same mounting holes. How about that? We're trying to standardize our mounting holder things. So it's really nice to see. Cool.
Cool.
Let's see. After that, we have how appropriate the MagTag. I think is this a remix or is it a make? I think it's a remix. Yeah, it's a remix. So GG Lochner posted up the remix of the MagTag magnetic case. This is, of course, the original MagTag case, and they say this is a remix of the original MagTag case by Adafruit using standard 8x3mm magnets in lieu of the magnetic feet. It's best for adjacent magnets to have opposite polarity attached to the rear of the MagTag using standard M3x8 screws. Fits in place without any supports. Get the frame and the front cover from the original model.
That is not falling off the fridge.
No, that's a lot of magnets.
That's not falling off a car.
No. Yeah. Good luck getting that off without
What a cool remix, though.
Yeah, it's real nice. Yep. Love seeing stuff. This is the original OG MagTag, which I can't remember why I didn't fully, why didn't I fully enclose it? I guess I was trying to be really clever and try to keep it thin. I didn't have any additional buttons too, which is like, how did you press the buttons? And then also had the stand, which was just kind of like your, basic stand. But yeah, more MagTag. Cool. Shout out to GG Lochner for posting up their the remix rather. Cool. All right. Let's see. I should check in on Discord and see if there's any comments or questions about anything.
I posted the links to that as well on there. And then Duester had a question about the glitter. Is it abrasive to the nozzle? Maybe. This one, the glitter, like the size of it, definitely looks smaller, and it doesn't look like there's as much. It's more like on the lighter side. So even if it is abrasive, it would probably take a while. And I think the carbon bamboo comes with like the hardened steel.
That's right.
Nozzle, so it could take quite a bit of the abrasion if it is on there.
Yeah, I print a lot of sparkly glitter black, and I haven't had any issues with it. So yeah, a hardened steel nozzle for the win, really. Yeah, I feel like in the earlier days, like the brass nozzles would wear early. If you printed a lot of like glitter stuff.
I remember taking one out and I was like, oh my God, look how big nozzle hole got on that.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Any other things you want to talk about, Brent, while you're here?
I don't know. Sign up for the IoT monthly newsletter. If you go to adafruitnewsletters.com. Wait,
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's not Adafruit newsletter. Adafruitdaily.com.
Yes.
And you click all of the newsletter options. It's the best, but you can also just select the newsletter that IoT monthly. We do it once a month. I have to write it after this, so
Okay.
I have my little document ready. So I kind of take my document, my mocha, and I put it on as far as like a newsletter. So check that. You'll get it whenever I publish it once a month, and then all of the other newsletters too. So we have like electronics, Circuit Python one. We have 3D printing, new products, which will let you know when we make new MLX sensors or anything else like that. And yeah, do I have anything else to plug? Adafruit.io. We'll be doing I showed off the display stuff, but like that's going to be later this week. So if you have any device that can run Whippersnapper that has a display like the MagTag, and you want to print the new case and test it out, as far as like what do I put on the MagTag? Like the MagTag has some built-in sensors too. So like you can totally just like display the light value on it, or you have an instant project already to put on display, which is kind of nice.
For sure.
So that'll be later this week.
Cool. Yeah, at some point we need to make a video, I think, on Whippersnapper and display support.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll wait for a couple projects and really talk about it. And maybe throw in actions in there as well.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Right.
I think that's all from my end. I have to build this. I have all the parts like sitting on my desk, but I've been plugging to make sure I can get the display stuff out this week. So I'm like, I have like everything like disassembled, but I reassembled it to test something out, and I'm like, I have to finish it this week. But the display stuff comes first, and then I'll do the fun project.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
You said you got some basil, I think, or some tomatoes.
Yeah, but they're outside, but they're gonna move in soon, so we'll actually have a reason for it. It's starting to get cold. Slowly starting to get cold, so we'll have to bring the basil plants in and rosemary in.
Yeah,
and then I'll be able to just do.
Did you also see that we have like a freeze warning in the weekend?
No, but that's not good for doing anything outside, which I was planning to do.
Yeah, apparently there's a freeze warning that's in effect and starting tomorrow.
Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's still raining over here.
Yeah. Basil's coming in.
Basil
tomorrow.
Get a really cool comment here from Jennifer saying that they're using the abrasive filaments to clean out the nozzle. That's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Okay. Cool. Just purge it. Yeah. Right. I never thought to do that. That's right. It makes sense because like a lot of folks would do like cold pull thing with nylon filament. Right. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much, Brent, for your time. We appreciate you coming on as a guest. Well, maybe we'll do this again next time we do an IO project, if time permits, of course.
Yeah.
Folks,
that'd be great.
Yeah. Makes it easier on our side. You get to do all the talking.
We do nice back and forth. So folks, definitely take advantage of this discount code. It's more than usual, and it's good for the next, I don't know, the rest of the month. Adaween 15. So saves me from having to generate a new code. But yeah, I appreciate everybody ordering stuff, keeping the lights on here in all the various places. Tonight, I think we have show and tell. Normally it starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. It wasn't canceled, was it?
I don't know. We didn't have it last week, right? And then there was no mention during the meeting, so I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
crap! Did it even happen?"
Yeah.
Subscribe.
We appreciate everybody's patience as Lamar and Phil are winding down for maternity leave. We'll host if we need to. We always have co-hosts as well. Ask an Engineer also is a tentative thing. It may happen, may not. Same thing with Desk of Lady Ada. Yeah. But for sure, we got JP's workshop tomorrow, every Thursday, 4 p.m. Fridays are deep dives with Foamy Guy, Tim. 2 p.m. Pacific or 5 p.m. Eastern. Mondays. I think we're still bi-weekly until Scott is back from his leave. Every other week, Circuit Python weekly meeting on Discord. I think it's at 2 p.m. Yep, 2 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays, you can get up to 50% off select items from JP's product pick of the week. Every Tuesday, 4 p.m. All right. I think that's it.
That is the show.
That is it. So we may or may not see you on Show and Tell. We'll try to let folks know. Okay. All right.
Definitely be in the Discord, so make sure you're on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Brent, was this your first time on 3D Hangouts?
Yeah.
I was sure you were on
500
before.
episodes.
In my brain, it is. Maybe I was on before. I don't remember.
I swear
I don't
you
remember.
were.
No, I don't know.
Well, you have
I mean, look.
501 episodes now, so like,
So yeah, it's hard to. Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know how that doesn't blend together.
Yeah, I know we had
don't think
Liz
so, though.
on. Yeah, I know we had Liz on once.
Yeah.
We did an interview with someone once too.
Yeah, I think we did an interview with James Bruton.
Oh yeah.
Simone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it though. It's kind of rare to have someone on the 3D Hangouts. So
Next time we do a project together,
yeah.
I'll pop on.
Yeah. Cool.
So-
I appreciate it. We will we'll do that. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week. But until then, remember to make a great day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.